Hey there, you beautiful person, and welcome back to the podcast devoted to finding cheap and perhaps slightly broken and dirty and filthy and awful and terribly conditioned, yet hopefully still working, game-related products in the land of the rising sun. Yes, welcome back to Japan Game Junk. And today, I'll be describing a visit to a store in Misato City of Saitama. This is a great little city which is at the crossroads of various train lines and roads that access different parts of the Tokyo metro area. It's actually a very good place to live if you are looking to live in the Tokyo area, yet not pay a huge amount for your lifestyle, yet still pay too much, in my opinion, go a bit further out in the suburbs. So, in Misato, there's only one hard-off store. It's kind of crazy because there are so many others very nearby in neighboring cities, but there is one hard-off Misato store. It is a hard-off and off-house combination. Well, by the way, if you are looking to pick up some very cheap, yet still fairly good quality furniture for your suburban place in Misato, then this off-house actually has pretty good deals on good, cheaper furniture, tables and chairs and such. But onto the game junk. So, first floor is off-house. Go up to the second floor, up the stairs or the elevator if you need to, and you'll find yourself amongst the electronic goods. Game-related stuff comes forth. First, in the display case, I was surprised to see the Sega Saturn modem with the box, but with no software at all, for 3,000 yen. It's the same thing I bought recently and showed on my YouTube channel for only 1,000 yen about a month ago that I picked up in Matsudo City in Chiba. So I was happy to see that I indeed had picked it up for a good price when I got it. So next up in that same case was a little section of various Game Boys, and there were several Game Boy Advance SP units for 10,000 yen each. Not worth it. But right beside it was one that was the special Pikachu edition for 30,000 yen. Kind of unbelievable. They're not exactly so rare. Please do not get your Game Boy Advance SPs at the Misato Hard-Off. Also there is probably the only place you'll ever find it. If you're desperate for an unopened copy of the Sega Saturn game Pia Carrot e Yokoso, some sort of weird, sexy girl game, it's 10,000 yen. Just because it's not opened. It's kind of crazy. Well, beside that, not inside the case as it's so big, was something that might be of more interest for people who are looking for it. The Super Famicom Super Scope. It includes the box and everything else, manuals, and the Super Scope 6 game, which is not such a big deal because, you find that for 100 yen in the junk section at most hard-offs. But all complete for 4,000 yen. So if you want a boxed Super Scope with everything, I think it's cheaper than you'll find it elsewhere. Another game that might be a bit of, an exclusive is, for the Famicom, Pinball. Remember the original Pinball? One of the original games released for the Famicom, then the original game released for the Nintendo Entertainment System. Well, it's the same game, but this one had a very well-made homemade label. So it was all destroyed or something, and the person who had this game previously printed out on high quality the new pinball label and kind of affixed it on with glue, and it was so glossy. Like, it looked like it was made out of cellophane tape. It was so glossy. But that was interesting, I thought. For 100 yen, you could have a game that was remade with a better label than what it had at the beginning. Also there that you'll find in most hard-offs are in the complete what is it, the Nintendo Switch, the Switch clamshell case only, and what goes in there, all of the Toy-Con games for 300 yen. Now, these are fairly useless without the make-it-yourself cardboard accessories that come with it. But, if you just needed to have the games for whatever reason, just the games are 300 yen. Obviously, these are things where the previous owner, they broke their cardboard stuff and either bought the new one and had a leftover game, or just gave up and sold off their Toy-Con software only very cheaply. I would imagine there are many, many, many more copies of the software that are available than the cardboard accessories. Anyway, if you want them, all of them are there. All editions of the Toy-Con series, 300 yen used. Also there that I was a bit sad to see the price because I was hoping it was cheaper, as I do wish to get another one, is a complete Bandai Palladium system. Yes, the least good CD-ROM system ever made. Sorry, Amiga CD32, Palladium is it. If you've never used a Palladium before or don't know anything about it, the Bandai Palladium is this weird purple system that has a built-in controller that's infrared, as in like your TV remote controller, so you don't have any kind of fine-tuned gameplay. Every game for the Palladium is basically like a DVD menu. Like you can press left and right at certain times, and then the buttons to select something in the menu. That's basically it. So there are a lot of like kids reference software titles for it, so you can look through like the various dinosaurs and see video clips of them and stuff. I do have a couple of Palladium titles, including one that's a sealed as new store owner only copy. I hope it's worth something someday. But this complete Palladium system in the box, 10,000 yen. In my hunting, I think I have a cap of about 5,000 yen for a working one for myself. And lastly, a video game system which you may or may not have heard of, but is kind of notorious in Japan, as you can find it super cheap almost anywhere, and that is the Xavix. Xavix. Around the time that the Wii came out, this also was released, and it was marketed more towards adults as a fitness item, and it was sold mostly in electronic stores, not just game stores, but it is basically a video game system that connects to your TV. I believe it's only AV cable. It's very low quality image, but it has cartridges, and every cartridge also comes with some sort of sporting equipment. So there's a boxing piece of software. Think of it like a very professional and adult-oriented Wii Sports with the accessories. So there, now I've seen these for as little as 1,000 yen, but I haven't seen bowling so commonly, and the Xavix port with the bowling cartridge and the plastic bowling ball accessory was 3,000 yen. So if you do not have a Xavix and want kind of a rare system, then head over to the Misato store and pick it up. Oh, forgot to mention, this was a visit that was made on April the 26th of 2024. So I'm sure it'll be there for a little while after that. But overall, this is not one of the better hard-off stores. Their stock is kind of small. Their prices are not so small. And they have quite a bit more in the way of computer like accessories, and not so much in the way of video game stuff. A lot of music stuff too, like guitars and stuff like that. But yeah, again, the off-house is better than most if that's your thing, but otherwise, it's not that great. It's kind of small, and if you're not a driver, I would imagine it's very difficult to get to this store. On the plus side, though, is I have talked about one of these stores before. If you are close, if you're going to this area, you're also close as in walking distance to the Guru Kanteidan I've talked about before on the podcast. You're also close to a few other shopping centers. So if you're in this area of Misato for whatever reason, then you might as well stop by the Misato Hard Off as well. And who knows, you might find something. In the past, I have found a few little treasures there, but not on this day, the 26th of April, 2024. So there you go, a bit that you would find at the Hard Off store there in Misato City. Thank you so much for listening and obviously enjoying, because my unrehearsed and non-babbling descriptions are so wonderful. It's why you're here. It's what you love. It's what you need. Thank you again, and have a wonderful, stupendous day full of happiness, joy, and pizza. Yeah, get yourself some pizza. Pizza's a great food. You should be eating that right now. So if you don't have one, just order some and go pick it up, or have it delivered. It's pizza. you'll like it. Bye.